Warriors, let me read your mind. Feeling overwhelmed lately? Aren't you at night? Your thoughts race. You lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying every misstep or what could go wrong. You tell yourself to stop. You try deep breaths. But that heavy weight in your chest, your gut, it clings to you. Unyielding. Stress. Unease. Fear. By day, you wear a brave face. But inside, a silent battle rages. You're not alone. Truth is, most of us carry burdens heavier than we show. We worry about money, relationships, the future, what others think of us. We plan every detail, try to control every outcome, yet still feel empty. So, what's the answer? You might be stunned to hear it. What if the solution isn't in modern apps or therapy, though both can help, but in ancient wisdom over 2,000 years old? I'm talking Stoicism, a powerful philosophy practiced by Roman emperors, warriors, slaves, and scholars. And here's the thing, it still works today. Back then, as now, life was unpredictable. They faced wars, betrayal, illness, heartbreak. They couldn't control the chaos around them, but they mastered their own responses. Today's video will teach you 8 Stoic habits to stop anxiety, not just briefly, but deeply, meaningfully. These aren't mere tips. They're a shift in how you think, ancient tools to forge inner peace in a world that seeks to shatter it. No need to worry, this isn't a dry lecture. You don't need a philosophy degree. Everything today is practical, clear, relatable. Whether you're a father, a leader, or just a man navigating life, there's wisdom here for you. Let me share a quick story before we dive in. Years ago, I was trapped, drowning in overwhelm. I checked my phone 80 times a day, refreshing emails, chasing validation, lost in overthinking. I thought worrying was my duty, but it was a sign I didn't trust myself. One night, I stumbled on a quote from Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who wrote amid war and plague. His words hit me like a thunderbolt. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. It shook me. I'd spent years trying to control the uncontrollable, never mastering my own mind. That moment sparked change. I studied Stoicism, practiced its habits, transformed how I faced stress. Here's the best part. You don't need to overhaul your life for peace. Just shift how you see it. These 8 habits will guide you. We'll walk through each one, with quotes from true Stoics and real-world examples showing how these practices help not just ancient philosophers, but men like you and me today. This isn't just a video, it's a conversation. Take a deep breath. You're not broken. Anxiety doesn't make you weak, but you're strong enough to change how you respond. That's what we'll do together. Do me a favor if this resonates. Type in the comments, I choose peace over control. If this speaks to you, hit like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts as we go. I read every comment. Now, let's begin. First, master the art of premeditation. Here's a question. Ever worry about things that haven't happened? Of course, every man has. Our minds conjure the worst. A job loss, a broken bond, public shame, or illness, and our body reacts as if it's already real. Anxiety takes hold. But the Stoics had a potent remedy: premeditatio malorum, the practice of visualizing what could go wrong. Seneca said, "He who foresees evil robs it of its power in the present." This habit might sound grim, imagining the worst, but it's the opposite. It's not about fueling fear, it's about preparing for it. Each morning, a Stoic asks, what could go wrong today? What challenges await? What insults or losses might come by calmly picturing the worst? They strip it of its sting. They make peace with it before it arrives. Here's how you apply it now. Before a big meeting, ask, what's the worst that could happen, and how will I face it with strength and calm before a tough choice? Ask, if I lose everything, what's left within me? Before the day begins, ask, what might test my patience? Who might provoke me? How will I respond like a Stoic, not a slave to emotion? Anxiety thrives on the unknown, but when you've rehearsed the battle in your mind, you stand firm. You may still feel worry, but it won't rule you. You've trained in dignity, restraint, and inner calm. That makes you stronger than most, who stumble blindly into life, hoping for peace without preparing for war. So, starting today, before your next challenge, or as the day begins, take 2 minutes, close your eyes, and calmly visualize what could go wrong. Then, quietly affirm, I am ready. This is Stoic strength, not pretending bad things won't happen, but preparing so they no longer control you. Second, master the control test. Ever stressed about things beyond your reach? The weather, others' opinions, the past, the economy, or an unanswered message? We've all done it. The more you fixate on what you can't control, the more powerless you feel. This is where one of Stoicism's greatest tools shines: the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, a titan of Stoic thought, said, some things are within our power, others are not. This simple truth is your key to peace. Stoics divide life into 2 realms. First, what you can control: your thoughts, actions, reactions, and values. Second, what you can't: others' actions, outcomes, the past, most of the future. Most men waste 90% of their energy on the second realm, then wonder why they're anxious, drained, and disempowered. But a Stoic warrior redirects that energy. When criticized, a Stoic doesn't dwell on the words, he focuses on his response. Facing uncertainty, he doesn't predict the future, but steadies his mind. Betrayed, he doesn't wallow in pain, but upholds his character. This is the control test. When anxiety strikes, ask, is this within my control? If not, let it go. If it is, focus only on what you can do. Here's how to build this habit. When your mind spirals, pause and ask, can I control this? If not, picture it sinking like a stone into the sea. It's gone. Then ask, what can I control right now? And act. Take this: someone insults you online. Can you control their words? No. Can you control whether you stoop to their level or hold your calm? Yes. Or say, you're passed over for a job you wanted. Can you control their decision? No. Can you sharpen your skills and try again? Absolutely. Living this way works wonders. Your mind feels lighter, your emotions steadier, your spirit stronger. You stop wasting energy on invisible walls and focus on doors that lead to opportunity. Anxiety fades not because life gets easier, but because your mind grows tougher. This is the Stoic path. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." I want you to affirm this in the comments. I control my actions, not the world. Be honest. How often does your anxiety stem not from your life, but from what you see, hear, or absorb? Maybe it's a grim news headline, a toxic friend ranting about politics, or a social media post making you feel less than. Much of your stress is imported, not homegrown. Stoics were deliberate about what they let into their minds. Seneca warned, "Surround yourself with those who lift you higher, and welcome those you can improve." This applies not just to people but to everything you consume. You can't fill your mind with noise and expect peace. This habit is vital. Guard your inputs. Treat your mind like a fortress. Here's how: unfollow social media accounts that spark unease, anger, or envy. Limit news to 5–10 minutes daily from trusted sources. No endless scrolling. Distance yourself from chronic complainers or fearmongers in your life. Curate a digital world that strengthens you. Feed your mind wisdom, resilience, and clarity, not chaos. This isn't ignoring reality, it's preserving your energy. Stoics saw the mind as a garden. Let weeds overrun it, and peace won't bloom. Anxiety thrives on fuel. Starvate, and it withers. You don't need to react to every opinion, absorb every story, or carry others' pain. A calm mind isn't passive, it's protected. Build a mental gate. For every input, ask, does this strengthen or weaken me? If it weakens, it's not worth your attention. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. But if your reactions are shaped by what you let in, control the input, you control the output and your peace. Write this down below. I guard my mind like a warrior. Fourth, reflect daily. Picture this: instead of scrolling endlessly or stewing in stress before bed, you sit quietly and ask, how did I live today? This is a cornerstone Stoic habit. They believed the surest way to conquer anxiety is to review your actions each day. Not to judge, but to understand. Seneca wrote, "When the light fades and my wife grows quiet, I review my day, reflecting on my actions and words." Consider this: how much of our anxiety comes from unprocessed thoughts, moments we don't grasp, emotions we ignore, mistakes we don't learn from. Instead of burying yesterday and rushing into tomorrow, Stoics face it head-on. They ask, was I courageous today? Did I let external things steal my peace? Did I say something I regret? Did I stay true to my values through daily reflection? They don't just recall events, they rewire their minds. This habit forges you into a mental warrior over time. You spot patterns: what triggers you, what drains you, what lifts you. You grow more aware of your reactions, more disciplined with emotions, more aligned with your principles. Here's how to build it each night. Take 5–10 minutes to sit quietly and ask, what did I do well today? What can I improve tomorrow? Don't beat yourself up, just observe. If you can, keep a journal. Let it be your mirror. Had a bad day? Good. Now you know where to grow. Anxiety festers when we flee the past, but facing it with honesty and calm strips its power. Marcus Aurelius did this nightly in his meditations, writing not for the world, but to keep himself grounded, humble, and true. You can do the same. The reward: you sleep with clarity and wake with purpose. Over time, your mind stops spiraling because reflection anchors you. A grounded man isn't swept away by fear. Fifth, practice amor fati. Love your fate. Don't just accept it. Be honest with yourself. How much of your worry comes from fighting reality? You didn't want that relationship to end. You didn't want that opportunity to slip away. You didn't want that bad news. So what happens? You wrestle with the truth. Replay it in your mind. Question it. Wish it were different. That resistance fuels anxiety, sadness, even bitterness. Stoics offer a profound practice called amor fati. Love your fate. It's not just accepting what happens, but embracing it. Make every twist of fate your path, not your punishment. Nietzsche, inspired by Stoicism, said, "Amor fati is the formula for human greatness, to want nothing different, not forward, not backward, not ever." Sounds impossible. How do you love pain? Let's break it down. It's not about enjoying suffering, but seeing it as a forge for your character. Say to yourself, "This happened. I can't change it, but I'll use it." A breakup wasn't your choice, but it might lead you back to yourself. Failure wasn't your plan, but it could teach humility and grit. Stoics see everything, even tragedy, as fuel. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle to action advances action. What blocks the way becomes the way. The problem is part of the journey. That detour is the real path." Living this way, you stop clinging to how things should be and embrace life as it is. To practice this when something bad happens, pause, breathe, say, "Amor fati." Then ask, how can this shape me? What does it teach? How do I use it instead of letting it rule me? Move forward. Strong, focused. You'll find something remarkable. Anxiety turns to curiosity, pain to wisdom, and life, even at its worst, gains meaning. This isn't just positive thinking, it's Stoic strength. A man who loves his fate, no matter its form, becomes unshakable. Sixth, live fully in the present. Don't let the future steal today. Most anxiety isn't about what's happening now, but what might happen later: illness, job loss, a failed relationship, or some mistake next week, month, or year. Right now, in this moment, you're breathing, alive, secure. This is where Stoics wield a powerful healing habit: presence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present. Think about it. No past, no future, just this moment." He also said, "Don't let the future distract you. You'll face it when it comes, armed with the same reason you have today." Stoics believe true strength lies in living fully in the now. The past is gone. The future isn't here. Only the present is yours. Anxiety hijacks your mind, trapping you in a time that doesn't exist. But by training yourself to return to the moment, you reclaim your power. Here's how to practice it daily. Ask, where am I right now? Am I here, or lost in what might happen? When anxiety creeps in, ground yourself in your senses. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Hear the sounds around you. Focus on your breath. Create small moments of awareness, sipping coffee, walking, talking. Be here. not ahead or behind. Presence isn't just a mindset, it's a weapon of the soul. When you live fully in this moment, anxiety starts to dissolve. You realize there's no catastrophe right now, no enemy in this moment. Stoicism doesn't pretend bad things won't come, it trains you to face them when they do. Not 100 times in your mind. Living in the present shrinks the space for worry to grow. Make this your daily mantra, the now is enough. Because in this moment, you're alive. And that's your strength. If you're ready to let go of the past, write in the comments, I live fully in the present. 7th, choose discomfort deliberately. Here's the paradox. One of the best ways to stop fearing the future is to embrace discomfort now. Why? When you're at ease with hardship, the unknown loses its grip. Seneca, a wealthy Stoic, would sleep on the floor, eat simple food, wear rough clothes on purpose. He said, set aside days to live with the barest essentials, dress plainly, and ask, is this what I feared? Why would a powerful man do this? Because he knew that if you can handle chosen hardship, unchosen hardship can't break you. Anxiety feeds on unfamiliar pain. But if you've trained with discomfort, hunger, rejection, failure, it no longer scares you. This isn't self-punishment, it's preparation. Here's how to practice skip a meal and feel your strength in hunger. Take a cold shower to prove you can endure discomfort. Say no to small comforts to sharpen your will. Wake early. Despite the struggle, tackle the hard task first. Each time, you prove you're tougher than your comfort zone. When you see yourself this way, anxiety fades. Life will bring storms. But if you've trained in the rain, you won't panic when it pours. This habit's deeper beauty is this: when you stop chasing comfort at all costs, you stop fearing discomfort. That's freedom. A Stoic doesn't seek a life without problems. He builds a mind ready for any challenge. So, challenge yourself. Break your comfort zone. Live tougher today to live freer tomorrow. The less you fear discomfort, the less you fear life. If you're facing a storm, write in the comments, I grow stronger through challenge. 8th, align your life with virtue, not outcomes. Too many men miss this truth. They obsess over results, not character. Will this succeed? Will people approve? What if I fail, since outcomes are uncertain? Anxiety takes root. But Stoics teach something deeper. Focus on being good, not just looking good. Epictetus said, don't demand things happen as you wish them to happen as they do, and you'll live well. What does this mean? Live by your values: honesty, courage, discipline, compassion, and you've already won. No matter what the world says or how things turn out, Marcus Aurelius put it simply, if it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Here's how to live this. Before acting, don't ask, will this make me win? Ask, is this right? Before a big risk, don't ask, will failure make me look foolish? Ask, will I grow? Whatever the outcome, when worrying about others' opinions, ask, did I act with integrity? If yes, you've succeeded. You don't need to control others' thoughts or the final score, just your choices. When your soul is clear, your sleep is sound. When your actions stem from virtue, fear loses its hold. That's why Stoics like Marcus weren't obsessed with ambition. They didn't chase fame, they sought to be strong. Simple, wise men, doing right, even unseen. That's the true source of peace. You can't control life's ending, but you can always control how you live it. Shift your focus from applause to authenticity, from outcomes to effort, from fear to virtue, and anxiety will fade. Nothing can disturb a man who knows he's lived with honor. If virtue guides you now, write in the comments, "I live by virtue, not fear." Anxiety is a thief of peace, creeping in quietly, growing loud, stealing your joy, focus, and confidence if unchecked. But here's what the Stoics knew. And now you know you're not powerless. You can't control life's storms, but you can forge a mind calm amidst them. You're here to master yourself, not to be swayed by every fear. Let the world spin. Let others chase. Panic. Stress. You stand firm, calm, focused. That's Stoicism. That's strength. That's peace. If this video helped, hit like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's grow this Stoic warrior community. We're stronger together. End this by claiming your power. I choose calm. I choose strength. I choose Stoicism.